Hello and welcome to our Friday's live. Today in our live, we speak about a very juicy topic. It's about soulmates versus twin flames and what is the real difference. Today with us, Arshiya, Christine, Leesie, Paco and Deborah. And let's jump into the topic with the book Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover, because Jeff and Shalia have their a channeled message, and
they actually dedicate a chapter to the difference between both of them.
Exactly. And it's chapter 8.
Yep.
And you start reading it. Please.
You're so funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they basically channel like what's the difference between soulmates and twin flames. And we are gonna go into a little bit more depth as we go with the live as to not only what is the difference, but which one is the juiciest choice. So get us started. It says in the book, the difference, this is channeled, like what is the difference between soulmates and twin flames? And it said, soulmates and twin flames are very different things and isn't something you should compare to one another. Today, many people use these terms interchangeably to describe a very delicious and rich relationship, but these are two very different concepts entirely. Soulmate relationships are not meant to be intimate romantic relationships. The soulmate can be your child, parent, close friend, coach, neighbor, teacher, or special friend. Soulmates are not meant to be in your eternal life forever. They are unique brothers or sisters in God who resonate closely with you at a particular time in your eternal life journey. Eventually, nearly all soulmates will come to pass away from you, and new soulmates will come to take their place. Yeah, I find like that's very cool and very straight to the point definition of what the difference is.
I love it. I'm listening to it again, second time today, because we were, of course, looking into the teachings of what is the difference between soulmates and twin flames and the real difference. And listening to it again brings so much peace. For me, it brings peace because I see the truth in my heart, and I can reflect as I listen to you, where I realized, oh, it was a soulmate, and I changed my vibration with starting the teaching, doing the mirror exercise, and so these soulmates vibrated naturally out of my reality. And I met another soulmate, and I see the vibration we have together in where I am right now. And this brings a lot of relief in truth to just, okay.
Yeah, it reminds me actually of a relationship I had, like prior to even knowing about twin flames or anything. I actually had a very close connection to this guy who was kind of like my closest friend. And like, yeah, that kind of like deep connection felt very good. And years were kind of like going by, and we kind of like grew apart and closer. There was this time that we thought like, maybe we would like to date each other. Then we realized we were not really very good fit. So we remained as friends, and that was kind of like a mutual choice. But after coming into this journey and applying the teachings, it was very clear, like he gave me a little bit of an idea what to expect, and like very little idea of like how deep a connection with another person can be. But of course, as I was looking for my twin flame, I was extremely settled on like finding my twin flame. I don't care about anyone else. Then I could feel like this person actually growing farther away from me rather than closer, even though we've been friends for over a decade. So I find that very cool. When I think about it, it was like, oh, that's true. Like he was not meant to be with me eternally. And like in the book, they share a soulmate might be your spouse for several lifetimes, but it's kind of like they are holding the place for your twin flame. It's not like they are meant to be there with you for like forever.
How do you feel about the channeled message from Jeff and Sharia in the book about soulmates and twin flames and the difference?
It feels a very, what do you say, clear message instead of going all around the place and, confusing and using logic. Why is it this way? Why is it that way? It's very clearly defined. And I feel like the confusion ends when you really read that chapter. Also, what Deborah shared here right now, it's like it's interesting, right? Like how a soulmate can never fulfill that whole uh, of your twin flame. You might feel essence of it here there, but it's just that you are feeling that essence of your twin flame and essence of yourself by the end of the day. But it does fizzle away. It's more like a contract base where once the contract ends, it fizzles away. And even though you could hold unconditional love for the person, but with your twin flame, it is almost like being with yourself once you have really known yourself. So, yeah, just going through that chapter, I feel will help in clarity, in grounding, instead of all this confusion. Because one thing I have often noticed is that a lot of people try and project soulmate concept onto twin flame, which really does not serve the relationship. You need to look at it from a place of spirituality, from a place of unconditional love. They are mirroring you because uh, they want you to love yourself in that particular place where you are hurt, upset. But they're like, no, but why doesn't he buy flowers for me? Or why doesn't she do this for me? Or why is she leaving me and going with so and so? So these are places which you will have to heal and not expect. So a soulmate relationship also arrives from completing that contract. You do this for this one, you do that for that one. Right. But in twin flame relationship, it really does not work like that. The core is love. The core and the source is God, and then through God you experience the relationship. So this is something which I've noticed. Like people are often upset that because they're so conditioned into the soulmate process that they're upset that their twin flame does not behave like a soulmate. So,
But in truth, it's a good thing.
yes, it is a wonderful thing because in twin flame relationship, what happens is you come into a place of freedom. That can only be experienced once you really choose to heal and give yourself that freedom instead of expecting this from another. Like you're in a full place of power, love, and freedom. That yeah, if I love myself, this person ditto mirrors it. So, what's better power than that instead of expecting and waiting and disappointments? Right?
That reminded me, like with this person that I was sharing about it, like at the beginning, I remember that the thing that got me to say, like, I'm not gonna even like bring up the gestate thing was because I kind of like instinctively picked up he cannot really give me what I want. And it's not like this, oh, I'm gonna do this and you're gonna do that. And it's not like, okay, keep score. It was like something more profound that that I could just realize in my early 20s or younger than that.
Yeah, one thing that I know is that I thought about romantic partnerships in terms of soulmates because that's what I was taught. I believe that's what most of us were taught, how to have a soulmate relationship. What that means is because this person is not designed to be with you for eternity and is by essence not you, you have to develop a system of transactions. I do this, so you do that. And one of those systems is the 5 love languages. Don't work for twin flames. You can chuck it out the window, kind of. because it's based on transactions. Why? Because if a person's not designed to be with you for eternity, you have to develop some sort of trap to keep them there. And that's those transactions. I'm staying with this person and they pay the house, or I stay with this person and the exchange is comfort, but it's not really comfortable because they're not your ultimate lover. And so I was used to these transactions, like I do this, and so someone will love me if I behave a certain way. And I tried to do that with my twin flame. Didn't work. Because why? What was underneath was a lack of love. And when I had a lack of love and I was trying to like do something for my twin flame to keep them around, like a soulmate, because you have to do that for a soulmate, he would run the other direction because this lack of love was there and he was showing that to me. And so I did the mirror exercise a lot. And I watched Twin Flame Ascension School a lot. But this, I think, trying to fit your twin flame into the soulmate box is not going to work. And that's why there are over 300 classes of 90 minutes, 300 times 90 minutes. It's like 600 hours of Twin Flame Ascension School, because we have such conditioning about soulmate relationships and not seeing our twin flame as one with us. And yeah, that's the gift that you receive when you are a student, is undoing all that conditioning and getting to be with your ultimate lover. I wanted to thank people. I see we have a few people watching with us. We've got Sini, Daniela, Kanisha, Manuel. They're all watching with us. Hello. And if you have a question, please type in the comments. So the earlier you put your question, the more likely we are to get to your question during our time together. So, and those of you who are joining on YouTube later on, please comment too, and we will reach out to you as well, because we are all Twin Flame Ascension coaches with lots of experience and having had huge success with the teachings of union that Jeff and Shalia teach. So, yeah.
The class I'm watching, and the title is Leesie's Successful Twin Flame Union. That's the class I'm watching. I started watching today because I'm watching it in order. And Leesie was surprised because Jeff and Shalia at the beginning wanted to start talking with her, and she shared about her twin flame union because she did the mirror exercise and studied the teaching.
Thank you. I have to get to that one. I'm watching them again, and I'm getting new learnings, and I'm back around. But I'm only on like class in the 60s, somewhere there.
Ah, cool.
Going back to the definition, I would like to add that I really appreciate how clear it is and how simple it is, because it's designed for people to understand what a soulmate is, what a twin flame is. It's designed to give you a clear idea so that you can make a choice, right? That's the whole purpose of having those definitions. And it's actually something I've noticed many so-called twin flame teachings don't really do. And I don't have a huge experience with twin flame talkers, but something I've noticed as a consistent pattern with them is that they will try to use like a lot of different terms and like word things fancy in a way to really confuse people. So yeah, that's something I've noticed, that it's very different, because the truth should not be super complicated or anything like that. It's not for the chosen few, because everybody has a twin flame. So everybody is supposed to be able to understand the twin flame journey and complete it, right, with ascending.
Exactly, they are talking more to this place, like we heard before, where you stay in a high. They can talk you on the spiritual high, which you kind of never go really at the core. What is going on here? What is preventing me from being with my twin flame? And so they find all these concepts who bring you in a place where you feel, oh, this is a good feeling place, but it's not from a peaceful place inside of us. That is why kind of they guide you also with this myth that you are not meant to be with your twin flame, but with a soulmate?
I feel like that is also probably more due to like not like a lot of people out there don't really understand how the dynamic really works.
Yeah.
And part of like everyone can like choose to learn that. I'm not gonna like get into that. But I know that some people may kind of like the less information or clarity you have, the less you can make like a choice, like Christine was saying. And I feel like for me, when I was reading the book and I was reading through this chapter the first time, it only helped me get like really clear. What do I want? And like, do I want someone that I kind of like have to settle? And like we've been talking, I kind of like bargain, which I'm already, if I gotta be completely honest, I was already doing in my past relationships, and it was not feeling like good at all. So it was like, do I really want to like settle, or do I want to be with the person like who's perfect for me and like perfect in every single possible way? And yeah, I'm a very, I always forget this word, ambitious. I'm a very ambitious woman. I want everything or nothing at all. It's like, you either give me my twin flame or don't give me anything.
And that's why you're in union. It's like
yeah,
you could get in union if you if you're at the back door, like maybe I could go for a soulmate.
Well, we have that quote going on in a lot of like our marriage, which is like, harmonious union is for lovers. You gotta be a honey badger of love, otherwise you don't really like, but you have to be very, very clear also. I love it because I think it was in the there was somewhere where they put it in, I don't remember exactly if it was in the chapter. I feel it was at the end of the chapter, but they speak to this exactly. It's like only when you are like super clear on what you want can you make a choice, and your choice is powerful. Like what you choose, you create. So of course, if you're not really desiring to be with your twin flame, you're not gonna manifest it.
Exactly. And I feel like this whole myth about...
I don't know, go ahead. I thought Leesie wanted to say something because I saw her, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel this whole myth about like you're not meant to be with your twin flame, go for a soulmate instead. I feel it has to do with people not knowing how to do the inner work, because yeah, it can really suck being around your twin flame when you're not ready for it. They can trigger a lot of things, a lot of trauma, a lot of upsets. Paco knows, that's why he's laughing.
Yeah, it's kind
We've been there.
Yeah, same. Like, oh, go on.
I was going to say, I can speak to that. Like I work with a lot of clients who get into that point where their biggest block or challenge comes up, and it's quite challenging without tools and support and without large mastery of the work, but you can master it. Like, don't let that dissuade you. You can do it. It's not as hard as you think. But then there's this tendency to like, I get the question like, well, is it okay if I date a soulmate while I'm waiting for my twin flame? And I'm like, I mean, exactly, you can do whatever you want to do. There's no like soulmate police coming to.
Soulmate police, yeah.
Yeah, like
no one's lurking at the corner of your street to catch you like dating a soulmate.
Yeah, I mean, like I have had clients that have felt very challenged and have tried dating a soulmate while we were working together, and I never push anyone away ever. You still work through your blocks, but what I see every single time is it lasts for like a week, and then they're like, no, this is like, it's like a toad. I don't want to kiss a toad. Yuck. And it just doesn't work, because especially once you start doing this work, it's like nothing but your twin flame will do, because you start to really like remove the layers of illusion by doing the inner work, and you will tolerate less and less BS. Like, you can't tolerate lies anymore. Those other soulmate-y people are not your partner, and it's very clear. It's like, sorry guys, you're gonna have to do your inner work. And it's beautiful. The result is beautiful. And there's support, and it's 100 times more worth it than you could possibly imagine. So just stay the course. The question like, should I date a soulmate if my twin flame isn't anywhere near? Well, there's something that you need to be giving yourself that you're reaching to try to get from somewhere else outside of you. And this work teaches you to give yourself what you need. And when you're reaching for something outside of you, even if it's your twin flame or soulmate, that always will come back around to you, that God is your partner, the divine or spirit, as you wish, will always teach you how to love yourself and how to give yourself what you need. And you're going to do what you're going to do until you learn, but we are here to support you through that, right? Like, we have a compassion for you as you're learning. And it is challenging, but you get to the point where it's not as challenging and it feels easier. I think that's at least what I can say from my experience.
Yeah, I agree. I loved because you touched upon this concept of like lying. And interestingly enough, we were having like an upset with our son, and it brought up this concept of lying. I was like, okay, there has to be a purpose to it because we are preparing for a webinar or like live. And like, of course, yeah, webinar is how we call it still in Spanish sometimes. My apologies. So it's like it got really clear for me. Like, if I would have chosen to stay or go for a soulmate, I would like completely be betraying myself, like at the very core of who I am, because knowing what I want, going after something that doesn't quite meet it is like, I want chocolate ice cream. Yeah, you know what? I want to have vanilla. But you want the chocolate.
It's cardboard. It's not even vanilla.
It's not even, yeah, it's kind of like the cheapest vanilla ice cream that doesn't really taste like anything, but cardboard. I love that. That's very clear, very graphic example of the difference. Like, the creamiest, smoothest chocolate ice cream versus cardboard. No, thank you.
Also, going back to like people who are wondering if they can date a soulmate in the meantime, and this might be a bit of a harsh truth, but that's like the reason why you have not manifested your twin flame right now. It's like you're not making a clear choice. Like, hey, I want my twin flame. That's it. As Deborah mentioned, like, that's what I want. Like, I'm going for that. I don't care. And it's okay to explore, of course, but yeah, you need to be extremely clear if you want to manifest something, and especially if it's something as huge as your twin flame union. It's not like some whatever soulmate, you could manifest just like that. It takes inner work, it takes alignment to do that.
Yeah. And I love it because I was praying for this deep connection, and I started to have it first with myself.
Well, you were forced to, honey.
Yeah, I was not forced to.
No, you know what I mean.
I felt guided to do that because I desired something real. That's why we are talking about the real difference. I desired something real. I was praying that I feel something real, that my life really changes. Yes. And not that I have to play these games like with a soulmate, because that's normal to play these games, to whatever is going on, however you kind of learned it, from whomever you learned it or what you saw. I didn't want that anymore. I felt frustrated and sad, and I wanted to feel happy, and I wanted to feel peace, and I wanted to share that with my true love.
Yeah. And you can still choose to be with your twin flame, like even if you don't feel ready for whatever reason. Like when I was hearing Leesie and Christine, I was brought back to like when I revealed Paco as to be my twin flame. I was not the happiest person about like revealing my twin flame. I was not very pleased. And at the same time, like that didn't deviate me to go and explore anyone else. I was just like, yeah, okay, it's a block. Whatever it's there, I will just choose to resolve it. Like it's at some point, one way or another, but like it never, like it was not a question in my mind. Like, oh, okay, I am not liking him right now. Oh, he's my twin flame. I would rather see someone else. Like who hasn't had that? Like, for God's sakes, we've seen it in the group so many times. I wish somebody else was my twin flame. Can I change my twin flame? And then at the same time, you kind of like still choose it anyway. Like, it doesn't matter what is going on.
I do want to address something that comes in the beginning of the book. It is about Sam Schmo. I don't know if you guys remember the Sam Schmo. Sam is a name in English that can be both masculine or feminine. It can be a man or a woman, Sam. And I wanted to read this because sometimes you're going to be doing the inner work a lot and you're purifying your consciousness. You do the inner work every time anything happens, whether like you're stuck in traffic, you start doing the mirror exercise. You've been watching Twin Flame Ascension School for 2 years and working with your coach and just feeling great. And so I think this is really a good thing for you to read. It says, Jeff and Shalia write, imagine you did the attracting your twin flame meditation exercise, which is in the book, and a week later, a new potential partner comes into your life. Imagine for a moment this partner is absolutely not what you're looking for. You want your twin flame. You desire your ultimate lover. That's why you're reading this book. But Sam Schmo comes walking along ready to sweep you off your feet for a few months or a week, and then nothing. Nothing. How many times have you dated Sam? 3, 5? Plenty enough. I'm about to tell you to date Sam again, even if Sam is clearly not your twin flame. The next part's important. Here are the parameters within which I make my recommendation. If dating Sam again excites you, entices you, and enriches your life experience, then go for it. Date Sam Schmo. Sam is the gateway to your twin flame. Sam is showing you something, beckoning you forth towards your desired twin flame reality. Sam is showing you what you need to do in order to attract your twin flame. And Sam is either going to fall away naturally to reveal the next step or reveal themselves as your true twin flame in disguise. You may need to date Sam and clear the patterns existing within you to make it through to your twin flame. These are the patterns which prevent you from being physically with your twin flame right now. These are the steps you need to take in order to reveal your true twin flame. One of the patterns might be attracting the same type of partner who abuses you and takes advantage of you time and time again. One of your patterns might also be to find someone who looks and sounds perfect, but ends up being not what they seemed at first. Your pattern might even be running away from someone who is genuinely trying to connect and love you. Clear your patterns and you clear the path to your twin flame. It is safe to date Sam. It is safe to explore with Sam. It is healthy and natural for you to move through your experience with Sam. Sam may not want the same things as you, but something about Sam is probably going to excite you, entice you, make you want to date them, and make you want to get to know them better. This is enlivening energy, which will cause you to want to connect with them. And it is this particular feeling which you need to follow in order to attract your perfect partner. This energy you feel, the same energy you feel when you choose to be with your twin flame, is going to appear and disappear throughout your life, time and time again. This is normal. This is the secret thread you need to follow. On the other end of this secret thread is your ultimate lover, your twin flame in perfect love.
That's perfect. And I had some Sam schmoes in my life. And I said to God, I was already doing the mirror exercise. I don't want to connect with this person anymore. I know it's not my twin flame, but I was not sure, 100% sure. I still felt there is something. So I had to love Sam Schmo fully, because there was then this one point I saw it. and it was total peace. I was in total peace with the whole situation, and I heal so much in the connection to my true twin flame.
And you don't need to date Sam Schmo again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of like where I got. Like after 3 failed relationships, I was like, oh, God, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like I don't have it in me to like continue going. And of course, if I would have felt like very drawn to explore a relationship with someone, I would have done it. But that just nobody really was showing up in my reality like that. So it was safe for me to just keep going. Well, you did it in disguise. And the process itself like was very compassionate in kind of like revealing. We actually met pretty much immediately after starting.
Twin flames do not need to do always the same.
No. But in a sense, you know, you were kind of like moving through all these experiences and getting clear with all these people that then you realize like they were your false twin flame. I was kind of like doing the same with certain men in my reality, like my kid's dad and this old friend of mine, because everyone is a mirror of whatever is going on inside of you. So you're not really clear until you're clear. So in my own unique way, I was kind of like doing the same. I just needed to have a kind of like a spiritual closure in these relationships to be able to hop on a plane and come here.
Yeah, perfect.
Just hands.
Do we have comments, Leesie?
Or questions?
Not in our comments here on Facebook, but I do have one that comes up a lot I could share. What is the difference between a soulmate and a false twin flame?
Oh, that's a very good one. What's the difference?
So what's coming up here for me with this question is that basically a soulmate can be mostly your parent, a friend, a sister. So soulmate will come into that category also, and they might remain till probably you leave this body or whatever it is. Like, you know, they might be around throughout. But when it comes to a false twin flame, your experience is with the lover part, right? And well, you'll be exploring that. You might have a very short soulmate relationship, like the contract based. It'll end and fizzle out faster. So, well, false twin flame will show you some glimpses of twin flame relationship because it's already within you and that's what you're looking for. And sometimes it might show the extreme, contrast of what you don't want. So a false twin flame can also do that. Often the false twin flame forms a bridge between you and your twin flame. So it's very safe to heal through that. Like, for example, I was in a very long marriage before this, and I was not aware of twin flames, but my nature, my way of being as a girl, as a woman was very like, yes, very twin flame in nature. And I was like, yeah, this is, the man of my life and this, and like the concept within me was like that. But every time I kept thinking that, yeah, I'll remarry him after 10 years. Why? We are still married. Like it was like that, right? Like in the physical relationship, like, so it didn't make logical sense. Why did I want that? Because I'm not with my twin flame, but my heart was truly desiring my twin flame. So when the experience ended, it was a complete contrast of the man of my desire. So it gave me that clarity. So that was a false twin flame experience because, initially there was that twin flame feeling, which I was feeling, not the other person. So it's because I had it in me. Yes. And so, yeah, false twin flame will look like that. But a soulmate would be like a really good friend, or it can even be a partner who might mirror that, but you'll know that this is a short run, this will be outlived. It's not eternal, because there is no way that you will not know yourself, right? Your twin flame is yourself, and when you know them, there is no way that you'd want to betray yourself and choose something else. So that's why everybody has such a hard time when they try to leave their twin flame, because you are betraying yourself at some level, right? Because your twin flame, unlike any soulmate, any false twin flame, has the ability to meet you where you have loved yourself, and they have the ability to choose the same as you, and they grow alongside you. So one thing I have noticed is, like, a soulmate or a false twin flame might choose the same things as you. Let's say, like, you're a teenager and you have like these common ideas and you choose, and then when you grow, they'll fall out. But if it is your twin flame, they will grow alongside you. And that's very peaceful, because you will not be constantly experiencing separation and feeling alone. Okay, yeah, this person now left, this person left, this person left. You have a constant, like, for me, it gives me so much confidence that my twin flame is beside me. And then no matter what, even if I'm choosing the worst or the good, he's going to be beside me doing that. So that's a lot of peace. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was together with a soulmate for years. It was more than a friendship, like a soulmate. We had kind of the same vibration at that time. And when I met my false twin flame, with this person started my kind of dark night of the soul. Kind of this, a lot of people know this at the beginning of the twin flame journey. I feel this false twin flame kind of you experience this spiritual connection, this deep love, where you kind of get this where you kind of get this first feeling of what eternal love can look like. And this false twin flame, so this is so intense and deep at the beginning, of course, because they are kind of
they need it, like they need you to kind of wake up to it.
Yep.
Like,
I feel this is kind of the difference between a false twin flame and a soulmate. A soulmate is really someone where you are at. You have a more
like a
friendship.
Buddy.
Yep,
it's
buddy.
like a spiritual buddy.
Yeah, and the false twin flame is really kind of touching all your trigger buttons to prepare you for your true twin flame. So
yeah, I like it, because in the book they say, like, a false twin flame shows in your reality as if he was your true twin flame. So it's gonna like have a lot of the traits of your twin flame, but still at the core it will not be like your person. And I like it because one of the clearest ways to kind of like separate soulmates, kindred spirits, false twin flame karmics, blah, 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 is that with your twin flame, you share the same core values and the same vision for your life. So like, this is the person who is going to match you everywhere. Like 100%, not just like, okay, 98 or 75. If it's 30%, then we are in serious trouble. But like, and that's absolutely true.
I can grow into it.
But you still meet me 100%, even if you're working your way into it.
Yeah, I know. It's a good feeling, huh?
Yeah, like Shalia and Chef and Shalia were sharing about it, like, when they wrote about the love list in the book too. Like, they were getting clear about whether they were each other's like twin flame person, and they realized, like, yeah, like it is clear that we just, there are certain aspects that we are growing ourselves into, but it doesn't mean that like it's gonna stop or this is like, nah.
When I realized that when we were sharing our love leads, it felt so good, because we were so best prepared to meet with the teaching, because we were able to meet and feel our feelings and see the truth in our heart, and being able to do that was such a relief.
It was very cool to see that we were
Yeah.
describing the same person with different words, like
Exactly.
every single one of them. Like,
Exactly.
and I wanted to really like convince myself that he's not my twin flame. No, he didn't wrote it like just exactly like it. And then at the end of the reading, I was like, oh my God, we are describing the same exact person. And so, okay. Yeah.
Would be better the twin flame, not the soulmate.
Truth cannot be denied. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
undeniable. But yeah, and here we are.
Do we have some comments yet?
Oh, people are shy.
No comments
It's okay.
Are you all
now,
out?
but we've got Kiran. Hello.
Oh,
and
Hey,
hi.
Kiran.
Himanshi Sharma is watching. So shout out to you both.
Yeah.
And we had
People are at the bar trying to meet
Steph
us.
was watching us too.
Cool.
Happy you are with
Yeah.
us about the difference in twin flames and soulmates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
Great.
Yeah.
No, I was just like getting clear if I needed or had anything to share, but no.
I would like to speak about this lying thing, because I realized in the past I was lying to myself what I truly desire, and I didn't allow myself to just honor that I desire everything you have. And so I thought being with a soulmate is it. And so I was really not nice to myself, because I tried to really work it off with this woman I was together 5 years, and I really appreciate her and I respected her, and she was a really nice person and a loving person, but it didn't function. It was, and so I tried to change myself that it functioned, and that was absolutely not nice. And I was in truth not respecting our relationship, because she was a soulmate. She was just a person I like to hang around at that time, but a romantic relationship was not feeling good at all. In truth, we didn't like it, but we thought that's it. We kind of we were settling for something that in truth didn't felt good at all.
Yeah.
But we kind of always had to work our way out of it, and to kind of learn to respect what we truly desire and appreciate what we really feel in my heart, my desire. And that's so cool with the mirror exercise. You kind of open up this box, which we mostly kind of hide somewhere deep down. And with the mirror exercise, you can bring that up in such compassionate way, where you realize, oh, this feels so good.
Yeah. And in a safe way.
In a very safe way.
Is like very safe.
Like Leesie shared with the clients. When you are supported with your Ascension coach, you can go to places
that you wouldn't go alone. I sure as hell would not go certain places if it wasn't for someone very lovingly inviting me. Do you want to look at that right now? Okay. I don't really want to. Okay, why not? Because I don't really like it.
Yes.
And then you just kind of like move through. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. We have
okay.
a juicy question that is from a member who's watching us live. By the way, if you're watching the recording, the lives are always Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the Twin Flames Universe Open Forum on Facebook. So the question is from Himanshi: I am dealing with a soulmate. He doesn't want to break up with me. What can I do? It's irritating for me. He loves me. He understands me, but I don't think I love him in the same way he does to me. I like him. I only love my twin flame. And so that was actually going to be my next question is I know several people that come to the twin flame journey they're either with a partner already, they're married, they have children, they have a long-term relationship, a house, an estate. And I think there's like a fear about hurting someone's feelings or hurting someone to move on. And I have things I want to share about it, but I want to give the other coaches like an opportunity to talk about that one really quick.
It's interesting because I have a client who's going through this right now. And in her case, she was like, okay, I want our divorce to be smooth with that soulmate. I don't want to have like any big issues. So I'm going to wait for him to be ready to break up. And it's been like 10 years or something. And there was no divorce, obviously, because she was waiting for the other person to do something. And the soulmate didn't do something. And it came out that it was her piece to do that, to initiate the breakup, get out, because she was just leaking her power, delaying her twin flame journey by expecting the soulmate to do that work when it was actually her step to take. So yeah, it's important to take back your power here, because you don't have to depend on what the soulmate is doing or not. And also I feel like it's very important to like rip the band-aid when it comes to those things, because yeah, like the person will feel some feelings, that is natural, but it's better to just break off the relationship as soon as you're sure that you don't want to be with them than pretend to love that person, because that's going to hurt them even deeper in the long run.
Yeah, and they have a twin flame too, and you're just holding each other's twin flames place, and that feels yucky. And one other thing is, you're not responsible for someone else's spiritual work that they have to do. You're not responsible for their challenges. Don't take their challenge away. That's a codependent behavior. If you know this isn't your twin flame, you can move forward. But what's really underneath that is a projection. Like if you're afraid to hurt your soulmate person's feelings and, oh, what'll they do? They'll be heartbroken. It's actually pointing to something in you that is the reason that you're holding on to them. What if they weren't heartbroken? What if they were going to be just as relieved as you? A lot of people get things from their soulmates: security, comfort, money. These are illusions. They don't come from another person. And so with your coach and watching Twin Flame Ascension School, you can really work through these layers where you see that you have what you need within with God. You don't need another person like that. Your soulmate doesn't need you. You don't need them. Even if it looks like they don't understand, they will. I have been broken up with just as many times as I've broken up with the soulmate. It doesn't feel good. It feels horrible. But I got over it and I healed and I loved myself. God is there for you just as he is there for your soulmate. And they have the same access to God that you do. So you really want to ask yourself, now that you know these things, what are the other reasons that you're holding on to your soulmate? Because if you know that they're going to be fine, then there's other things going on too. And that's a really, those are deeper topics to heal with your Ascension coach and by watching Twin Flame Ascension School. I remember there was one class, Wednesday, 7 p.m. There was a student who was married and had a kid with her soulmate. She played video games with her twin flame. And everything was all set. I think her reason for staying was money. Mm-hmm. And everything was all set for her to have, she received enough money to go get her in place. She didn't do it. And then her twin flame journey kind of eroded because she wasn't actually choosing to be with her twin flame. But you don't have to make that choice. That doesn't have to be you.
Yeah, this is something that I wanted to touch upon as well, because I have a kid from a previous relationship. And if there's anything that I learned so far after coming into physical union with Paco, is that even if you trigger your children in whatever it is that you trigger them, it's also helping them we tend to perhaps like see kids as very innocent and very fragile, especially when they are very, very young. But the truth is that at the core, every kid wants to see their parents happy. And I cannot think of a better example than to see either one who is embarking on this journey, could be the mom, could be the dad, doesn't matter. Like going after like that one true everlasting love, like that unconditional love. It sets them to actually like choose something better for themselves too. Especially for those who come from like our parents already being soulmates or karmic relationships and being a little bit of a shit show growing up in that environment. Then I see the difference, like what childhood did I experience with my parents who were barely unable to handle anything if it wasn't in a certain way. And you could see this that Leesie was speaking to, like, my mom was getting mostly like financial security and stability because my dad was the one bringing the money. But she never really gave herself the chance to see if she could provide that for herself. And I see the difference like with Dante, our son. It's like he like sees us and finds it so cool that he chose to like invite and call in his twin flame. So, and he's like 10. I cannot think of a better thing for a kid just to, woo. And I also see like one of my clients also has a child, and she was like sharing this work, and her kid wants her twin flame too. So I find that very cool. And there was another thing that I forgot what it was that I wanted to share. Because I remember also like when I was in this process of getting clear, I like the journey guided me to live with my kid's dad. And I remember like this was the energy that he was coming like with, like to me with. He just broke up with her, so like his last girlfriend, and he was like, okay, how about we pretend we are like husband and wife just because we have a kid, like we already dated, we already know each other, it feels comfortable to me. And I was like, no, bye. And so like it was very relieving to be able to kind of like see that clearly, that like you don't really need to settle for that kind of like relationship where you barely are bargaining something, and it's a very high price to pay in the long run. Like in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I feel this is a beautiful closing word. I feel complete. How you guys feel? You would like to share something? Yeah, thank you all for sharing your wisdom, your experiences. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking questions. And if you have still questions, please write them in the comments. We will come there and answer them. And if you are watching from YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't forget another juicy life from our Twin Flames Universe community. Bye.